This is Kent Hovind. I would love to help any students that go to secular or even Christian universities that teach evolution. If you can photocopy a few pages from your book where they have the evidences for evolution. They oftentimes collect them in one chapter, and they keep repeating the same stuff over and over they've had for years. They have to know is way outdated and wrong. Anyway, if you would photocopy the page of evidences used for evolution in your textbook, junior high, high school, college, post-grad level, number the paragraphs and make a copy and send it to me, and then I'll answer on the radio here with Brother Racer X and say, okay, paragraph 1, here's the problems. And then you can go to school and say, excuse me, teacher, what about this? And I'll answer it paragraph by paragraph or line by line. And because everything I've ever seen in these textbooks that they use for evidence has been proven wrong, often over 100 years ago. But they're still teaching it. When I was working with Jim Holt in Arkansas to get lies out of the textbooks, so let me speak for about an hour and a half or 2 hours, I forget, to the committee of about 20 Arkansas representatives, and I just went through lies in the textbooks and says Arkansas should pass a bill that says the following things cannot be taught in our schools at taxpayer expense because they've been proven wrong. And I went through, 20 or 30 of the typical lies in the textbooks, like the gill slits and stuff like that. When I got done, an woman, got up and said, well,
this call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
She said, this is an anti-evolution bill. One of the guys said, ma'am, evolution is not mentioned in here. We just don't want lies taught. He said, is it true that these things are lies? And she said, yes, but this is an anti-evolution bill. And by the way, if you're going to take all this out of the textbook, what would you replace it with?
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I get this straight. You don't have any evidence for your theory except lies. And if I demand the lies be removed, I have to find evidence for your theory?
Yeah.
How about get a new theory? I'm sorry if you don't have any evidence for your theory except lies. Maybe it's because your theory is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever considered that? And it was funny to watch that poor woman. She was so frustrated, like, what happened here,
Yeah.
And the ACLU lobbied those congressmen so hard for the next 3 days. When it came time to take a vote, I think 16 of them took a walk, is the expression they used. In other words, I'm not even going to vote on this. I'm going to be gone when it comes up for a vote. They were scared to vote, and it missed passing by just a couple of votes. You can contact Jim Holt in Northwest Arkansas or Jim Bob Duker, who's had his own TV show, 19 Kids and Counting. He's a good friend of mine. They were both Arkansas reps at the time. I think Jim Holt then became an Arkansas senator. But they can tell you all about it. But it was funny, though, that all we were asking for is don't pay for lies to be taught in the school at taxpayer expense.
Yeah.
It's like if some textbook was still teaching the earth is flat, and you said, hey, Congress, would you pass a law that says you're not allowed to teach the earth is flat? And they would get upset, saying, well, what are you going to replace it with? How about round? They know there's only two options. Either there is a God or there isn't. Nobody's thought of a third option. And they want so badly for people to believe there is no God, which means they get to make the rules of what's right and wrong, etc. That's really what this is all about, is humanism. And so they would rather teach something ignorant and use lies. So anyway, if any students anywhere, if any parents are concerned about what your kids are being taught, maybe your kids aren't concerned, but you are, photocopy the pages of any evidence they use for evolution or evidence they use that the earth is billions and trillions and zillions of years old and send it to me. I would be thrilled and honored to be able to post an answer that the world can see. I'm just a lowly high school science teacher who happens to have enough common sense to know that there's a God, and he made it. And it's not millions of years old, and I can explain it in fourth grade language, and that frustrates these guys to no end. Well, that's God's calling on my life. So anyway, that's it, brother. Tell folks, send them on. I'd be glad to do it.